Stellar numbers from Safaricom half-year results, and we'll be having a conversation with the man at the helm, Dr. Peter Ndegwa, to unpack the numbers, how they're faring on even in Ethiopia, and much more. Let's get straight to the conversation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Maina.
Yes,
nice to be here.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
Good to have you on the Trading Bell. So about 2 years or so.
Yes.
So we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, thank you.
But first, just an overall comment. Good numbers, you're daring and moving on. Ethiopia, we have seen that. We shall get into the details of that. But what's your general feeling first on the numbers?
So I am very pleased, first of all. Okay. And we are, at Safaricom, very pleased with the results that we have announced.
Yeah.
We've hit for the half 200 billion in top line. Wow. Yeah, 200 billion if you include Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And that's 11.1% growth. On the back of another double digit last year.
Absolutely.
And then in bottom line, we are now we've gone up 52%. 52%, of course, a very strong Kenya business, which has delivered 22% growth in bottom line of a very big business. And then now the reducing startup losses starting to come through as the business matures in Ethiopia. And then, of course, our commercial momentum is showing up. So we are starting to make real progress. So when you combine Kenya and Ethiopia, Kenya 50 million customers, Ethiopia 11, we are more than 60 million customers business. So we are becoming a very large regional giant.
It's more like a force now.
No, it is a force, yes.
And speaking of celebrations, first of all, congratulations on marking Safaricom 25 years. This year is the one that is marking that. 17,000 subscribers in 2000, from 2000 to 60 million, as you've said now. We're also talking about the 50th customer in Kenya as well. Great numbers there. I don't know, what's your outlook so far? What are you feeling as well of the celebrations as well?
So, very happy that we are announcing such great results. After a week after we announced our celebration for 25 years. Silver Jubilee doesn't happen many times. So fantastic that Safaricom is really solid today and actually really looking up. I'm particularly proud of the work that we have done with community. So last week, for example, we launched Citizens of the Future, which will be our umbrella education program that will build 500 schools over the next 5 years, train 10,000 teachers on digital skills so that they can actually operate with students in a digital world, and also introduce a big scholarship program where we'll be sponsoring between TVET and secondary school about 2,000 scholars on an annual basis. So although we have really delivered very, very strong commercial business, we are even more proud about the impact that our foundation, Safaricom and M-Pesa Foundation, has had on community. We've impacted more than 22 million lives. So as we celebrate, we've launched 3 things. We've launched an NCP, which is a national consumer promotion. We'll have 25 millionaires.
Coming up?
Coming up. There was already a first one from Kiambu, 20-year-old, born after Safaricom was born, which is fantastic. I don't say her name. She might be too popular on TV.
My God, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations to her. But she tells us that she will actually use some of the money to enroll into a nursing course, which is fantastic. And then in addition, every millionaire will also be given 250,000 shillings to invest in a community project of their choice. Can you imagine? And in addition to that, it's not just the millionaires, but over the 2-month period we are running the promotion, we'll have 5 million Kenyans winning prizes. It could be airtime, it could be money back on M-Pesa, it could be a merchant receiving stock worth 250, it could be weekly prizes for 25,000. So that's number one. The second one is a surprise, like what we did last year with Mombasa Furaha. We are calling Safaricom Green Box. As part of the celebration. So there will be a green box that will show up either in a town center, a village and so on a camel, on a truck, on a boda, on a even a kind of mkokoteni, that then will probably customers are entertained and asked a few questions, and they will be given gifts, airtime, phones, chicken, goat, that stuff. Even today during the announcement, we give the guests a green box, their own version of green box, which is fantastic. And then the third one, of course, is what I've said, launching Citizens of the Future, which is our education program.
Wow, lovely. And I am testament, I've seen the works, especially that you do with TVETs. Amazing progress that we have seen there. Let's move on a little bit more, because you've talked about Vision 2030, and this year marks the first for your Vision 2030 strategic cycle. Just wanted you to shed some light on that, because you talked about anchoring it on Africa's leading purpose-led tech company. In fact, I wanted to ask you. You know, I see transitions. It's Safaricom Communication, Safaricom Tech. Now, you had a long session talking about AI. I no longer even can't define the name to give you. But what is all this with the vision, and what the context of what we're talking about?
I think the underlying, so the vision is actually quite simple. Although the words look complicated, the actual vision is quite simple. Create Africa's leading purpose-led technology company. Purpose is important because we'll continue to be involved in solving societal challenges.
You're right.
That's why purpose comes in. Whether it's through our foundation or even commercially, the way we drive financial inclusion and so on.
Absolutely.
Then you combine the intention of combining purpose with technology to solve challenges. So that's why purpose-led technology company. And we want to go beyond Kenya and Ethiopia, so Africa's leading technology company. I mean, it's not about the size. It's actually the impact that we'll be creating. So we want to use technology to solve your issues in a digital era. Or a business, empower a business, a merchant, a small business, a large corp, public sector digitization. You know, so we will improve people's lives through technology. But through innovation. And that's why AI and all the platforms of the future come in. So artificial intelligence sounds a big buzzword, but we are already using it in a practical way. We have AI for detecting fraud. We know there's fraud, customers are defrauded. There was an AI version of me. I don't know whether you saw an AI version of me speaking something about M-Pesa and giving rewards and all that stuff. And it was all fake. So it is ensuring that we use AI to deliver safety and protection for our customers, to improve the experience of our customers, fewer steps, to allow customers to use their phones from the comfort of their home rather than having to visit shops and so on. The second is also being able now to target individual segments. So we can now direct targeting to individual customer segments. A proposition for border riders, propositions for drivers, proposition for youth. So AI is helping us. Then AI to help us reduce costs so that we are able to invest that in lower pricing. One of the reasons why we have grown this year is because we've reduced data cost, we've reduced M-Pesa cost. And also AI allows us to bundle different products so that it adds more value, rather than you having, you know, like the way you go into a restaurant and you're given a buffet. So rather than you having to select a la carte, AI can allow us to target a specific customer because the customer, and these are all anonymized, so we know the habits that you have, your kind of needs, and then kind of say, if you like holidays, how can we offer more? How can we partner with others to offer more? So using technology in a robust way. And then we've launched a big revamped M-Pesa platform. We are calling it FinTech 2.0. So of course M-Pesa has been very stable, but now we need to look at platforms of the future. This new platform has more speeds, more capacity, therefore more resilience. So you'll never hear M-Pesa has been shut for repair or for maintenance. You know, the way you used to say, well, 12 hours.
When it gets shut, everything stops if it ever happens.
And then if there was loss, we have what we call microservices. So you only lose a small part of that database. So we have resilience that we have built. But the most important that customers should be able to know is that now we'll have new features that we can introduce. Share your bill. Share your wallet. For example, with your partner. Allow her to use your wallet in your absence. Or your son or daughter. You know, that might be controversial. You go into a restaurant, you are telling people, split the bill. Using M-Pesa. You know, ability for tap to pay. You know, that whole... So new functionality is coming up. And this FinTech 2.0 also has, it's AI enabled so that it allows us to detect fraud earlier. To protect customers.
I love that. In fact, you preempted that question, which is good. And I think the explanation makes it easier to work. I must significantly say how M-Pesa is really embedded in our lives. And I saw the celebrations of 18 years and the likes. And we had a great session as well with Baititu on M-Pesa. But on the numbers today, I would be faulty if I don't go a bit deeper into them. And one of the key questions would be about what we have observed. I mean, group 52% jump in net income. Amazing work there.
Yeah.
Kenya's as well, 22% as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to touch on your key drivers, what you see as the key drivers.
Yeah.
And also, I want to mix it up with what's the one or two headwinds that you see we still need to think about this.
You're watching Trading.
Okay.
Yeah.
So starting with Kenya.
Yeah.
A very, very solid, broad-based growth.
Absolutely.
Very strong health of the business overall. Yeah. So the key drivers of, so you've grown top line by 9%,
Absolutely.
bottom line by 22%.
Yeah.
Mobile data and M-Pesa have been the two big drivers. And it's not surprising because people are continuing to use the internet. We've continued to make 4G devices more available.
Yeah.
We are giving pay-as-you-go service from a financing perspective. We have a device assembly that allows us to give more devices. Now about 25 million of our customers have 4G. And therefore, but we need to see that go to the whole population.
You're right.
In the next few years, because everyone has to be able to access the internet.
Yeah.
But mobile data will continue to grow as soon as we continue to offer 4G devices, propositions that are more affordable. I talked about AI and helping us target those propositions so that affordability is across all segments. So mobile data has grown 13%.
Absolutely.
Then of course, M-Pesa. M-Pesa we've grown customers, we've grown usage, we've grown usage in payments, in business payments, we've grown credit. Fuliza is back.
Yeah.
Remember 2 years ago we reduced prices of Fuliza.
Yeah.
Now it's more affordable. Customers complained about limits. We've increased limits. Fuliza is now up more than 50%.
Yeah.
So we are seeing broad-based. And then we introduced investment. ZD is one of them. We introduced insurance.
Absolutely.
So broadening the base of products that we are offering. And then on the business side, we are focusing on merchants. We've grown our merchant base.
Yeah.
We are giving them more. And then we'll use the new platforms to enable that to happen. So Kenya has been driven by mobile data and M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Our customers are actually voting with their feet. On Ethiopia, of course, now we've more than doubled our customer base to 11 million customers.
Yeah.
Ethiopia contributed about 10% of our growth this time. We've seen reduced losses, which is startup losses. Customers, we believe, will cross the 15 million in the next 12 to 18 months, which then gives us scale. We already have a network that is about half the size of the Kenya network in just 3 years. Of course, so now we are starting to see voice becoming bigger and complementing the growth that we have seen in data.
I love that.
Ethiopia is also doing well. So when you combine it, Kenya very strong, Ethiopia started lower losses, and that's why the profit has jumped up 52%.
And the big question of now that we are seeing
some of the issues you asked.
Absolutely. I'm going to come to that. You just touched on it, and I was like, the big question everybody would ask is, when are we going to break even? I'm sure you have a projection. Have you seen it coming soon?
So we have always guided that we are going to break even in financial year 27, and we got the same question this morning.
Okay.
I think what gives us confidence is that we have made strong commercial momentum. Customer numbers are getting into a good place. The network is in a good place. Our customers in Ethiopia are using our products. Some of the kind of headwinds is currency has devalued by 140%, which means your cost of operating has gone up. That could actually delay, but what we expect is that the market will correct. In all the markets in Africa where currency devalues, the prices in the market, especially if you import your product, will always correct over time, but it might take time. And so we are talking to various stakeholders to make sure that happens.
Awesome.
So we are retaining that.
I love that. A lot of our viewers would slap me a bit if I don't talk about how you're constantly thinking about how everything that you're offering can become affordable. And that's just a general question. So I won't even go to the specifics. But I want to sit on their shoes and ask you, you're the top man. Are you thinking about their pocket? Are you thinking about how you can make the services you're giving them affordable by the day? Yes.
So I think there's a very, very simple answer. So in Kenya, mobile data in the past 4 years has reduced in terms of price by 70%.
You're right.
So today, a gig of data costs about 40 US cents. In 5 years ago, it was $1.50 dollars. So that reduction is making a very big difference. And voice has also has continued to come down. On M-Pesa, we have reduced price by 50% also, whether that's in Fuliza, whether it's the cost of transactions. And actually, with Kadogo is now 60% of the volume that M-Pesa transacts, and it's free. 100 shillings free for P2P, and 200 on the merchant side is also free. So people don't realize actually the base of M-Pesa is all free. So that means you may have 10 transactions, one may be chargeable, but maybe 9 are free. So if you're in Matatus and all this, it's almost all that will be free. So that means we are continuing. And then with AI and all these new platforms, it allows us to reduce costs. And that's why I said it's very important to use technology to reduce costs so that we give more value to our customers.
Absolutely.
And that's the way we are thinking about
I was shocked to see the percentage of the Kadogo economy that moves around. Now, as we come to a close, Peter, one of the key things is that you cannot run away from the fact that you're a data company in a way as well. And we always want to assure that our people, and I love the fact that this context of AI, what you're doing as well, to as well address any fraud matters that may come by. We want to assure customers that our data, everything we're doing is safe. I'd like you to speak on that context.
So there are two aspects of data. The first is that when we get data, we house it in a way that only the customer is able to access that data.
Absolutely.
And we prevent others, including employees, other than authorized, those who are authorized, for example, customer service, would have to see your data for them to serve you. But we have the right controls. So just to give people an indication, we process 150 transactions, 150 million transactions of M-Pesa every day. If we were not protecting that data, there's no way it would be possible. First of all, for you to process that number of transactions, you have to have systems that are robust, scalable, and protected. And then you have to have controls internally that make sure that access to that data is protected. And then we enable business. Remember, there's say 900,000 merchants, deeper and M-Pesa merchants, another 1.5 million what we call poachy customers. So all these businesses are relying on our ecosystem. So we have to protect and ensure that data governance is right. That's why we are upgrading our capacity on all our platforms. And then customers have the ability to actually ensure that their data is used well. What we find though, and actually that's why the fraudsters take advantage. In a digital era, and especially in the days of AI, there's a lot of fraudsters who could pretend that they are either Safaricom or they pretend they are Peter, my version of AI has come out of there. So there will be people who will posture as us, but we are not. So one of the ways we are using AI is to detect those and actually be able to use to provide a protective layer. So that's one aspect. The second is to ensure that it is that your data is safe and secure, because there's always who can we give data to, and so on and so forth. So it is ensuring that customers trust that when we have their data, it will not be misused by businesses, because, for example, there are people who will ask you to subscribe to something which you don't intend to subscribe. So we've spent a lot of time cleaning up that, asking customers again, are you sure you consented to subscribe into this? But even beyond that, ensuring that customers' data is fully secured. When we produce our sustainability report, we always talk about our own internal controls. And many times we do fire employees who are seen to misuse their access rights to data. So I want to reassure our customers we are doing a lot to make sure that that our systems are robust enough to keep your data safe and secure. And then we have enough controls and compliance processes that ensures that we keep your data confidential.
Amazing. Finally, I come from the exchange, so I have shareholders who are watching. I have people who are constantly checking the health of their company.
That's true.
And you're the man at the captain of this. What's your word for them? Is there any good news coming, or are they going to be patient a bit more, or what's it?
So of course, when we announce good results, it means dividends, because we always say that we actually distribute about 80% of distributable profits every year.
Yeah.
So, and we normally would have an interim and a full year. Interim generally would be decided by the board around February, and full year would be after the AGM in July, August. So, but when you look at our share price, it has rallied massively from around high teens, 16, 17, to now around 30. So that actually reflected kind of a discount that Safaricom was always trading at. That's one. Because we always felt, and actually the analyst valuations was always around 28, 29. So I think the share price is now more properly valued. So the shareholders are now being rewarded for what they should have been rewarded before. But those who bought at 15 have also made a good order. That's 50. That's 100%. There's very few that you can make. So the equities are rallying, which is good. So good performance is also good for the future. And the fact that we are also navigating an investment phase and we are coming to almost a more sustainable phase of our Ethiopia business means that our brand can continue to deliver more consistent results. But we are very happy about the group results. We are very happy about a very strong Kenya business. We are very happy about the progress we are making in Ethiopia. And it's not my way. It's not for me to value the share. It's for investors to vote.
To do that, right? Yes. 60 million. They're watching and they're like, wow, 25th anniversary. What would be your pledge a decade from now? What will you tell them? What, in a sentence?
So first of all is to thank them for being with us. However, whatever time they joined along the journey from the time when we had 17,000 to 60 million, to thank for their trust. You don't get 50 million customers in Kenya and 11 in Ethiopia if there is no trust and if you're not offering the right things. To thank them, we don't take it for granted. Commitment is an always-on, safe, secure environment where they can live their lives in a digital era, and we can be the enabler of choice for individuals, an empowering partner of choice for enterprise and also public sector. So it is saying we'll use technology, we will use our innovative skills to continue to improve people's lives, but we will make sure that we do that whilst ensuring that our communities thrive.
I love this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daktari.
Thank you.
There you have it. That's Dr. Peter Ndegwa, the Group CEO, Safaricom PLC. Very optimistic that they will continue empowering lives and enabling us to continue doing business, connecting and the likes. I'll leave you now with the numbers. See you next time.
Trading Build.